Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Section 1. The mind is your limit. What if I told you the only thing standing between you and your greatest life is your mind? Yes, not your background, not your lack of money, not your body or your education or the people who doubted you. It's your mind, your thoughts, the way you see your pain, your fear, and your potential. That's the core message of David Goggins' life and his book, Can't Hurt Me. And in this video, we're going to break down the brutal truths, practical tools, and soul-shaking challenges that transformed an abused, obese, broken man into one of the toughest humans on the planet. This isn't just a summary, it's a mental boot camp. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you know deep down that you're capable of more but keep getting in your own way, this video is going to show you exactly how to change that. Not with hype or quick hacks, but with battle-tested tools that work when life gets ugly. Because if David Goggins could go from nearly dead to Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, and elite mindset master, what's stopping you from rewriting your own story? Let's take it back for a second. Goggins grew up in a nightmare. His father beat him. His family lived in constant fear, and school felt like a battlefield where racism and self-doubt followed him every step. As a teen, he was barely literate, failing in school and haunted by trauma. He developed a stutter. He was overweight, depressed, and completely lost. At one point in his early 20s, he weighed nearly 300 pounds, working a dead-end job spraying for cockroaches at night. He wasn't just off track. He was convinced he was broken. Then came a moment, a flicker of decision. One day, watching a documentary on Navy SEALs, he saw men doing impossible things, pushing past pain, dominating their fears. He looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. And that's where everything started to change. Not because someone gave him a second chance, not because a miracle happened, but because David Goggins chose to take complete ownership of his life and suffered through the transformation. That's the first powerful lesson of this book. You have far more control over your life than you think, but that control doesn't come from blaming your past or waiting for motivation. It comes from brutal self-honesty, unshakable accountability, and relentless action. Can't Hurt Me isn't about feeling good. It's about getting real. It's not about making life easier. It's about becoming stronger. This book teaches you how to become mentally tough, not by avoiding pain, but by walking straight into it and coming out the other side, forged like steel. And here's the truth. We all face excuses. We all hear that voice in our head that says, "You're tired. You're not good enough. You've already failed too much." Goggins calls that voice the inner bitch. And if you let it run your life, you'll never find out who you truly are. But if you fight back, if you push past what feels possible, you'll discover a version of yourself that is so powerful, so capable, it will scare you. Over the next several sections in this video, we're going to walk through the most powerful principles from Can't Hurt Me. You'll learn how to use the accountability mirror to face the truth about yourself without excuses. You'll understand the power of the 40% rule, which reveals that when you think you're done, you're really only 40% done. You'll learn how to callous your mind, how to draw power from the cookie jar of your past victories, and how to take complete ownership of your life, no matter where you started. Each section will not only explain these ideas clearly, but show you how to apply them in real life. We'll give you examples from Goggins' own brutal journey, stories that are raw, painful, and unforgettable, and we'll tie them to challenges you can take on starting today. This isn't just about inspiration, it's about transformation, because the truth is, life will test you. It's not a matter of if, but when. Pain will come, setbacks will happen, you'll fail, you'll be tired, you'll want to quit. And in those moments, what will matter isn't your talent or your luck or your dreams. What will matter is your mental toughness, your discipline, your refusal to quit when everything inside you screams to give up. And that's what Can't Hurt Me is all about. You might not become a Navy SEAL. You might not run 100 miles through the desert or do 4,000 pull-ups in a day. But you can take control of your mind. You can overcome fear, laziness, and doubt. You can get up off the couch. You can face the trauma. You can stop making excuses and start building a life you're proud of. Because here's the beautiful, terrifying truth. No one's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your partner. It's on you. And that's not a curse. It's a gift. Because it means the power to change is already in your hands. So if you're ready to stop being a prisoner to your excuses, if you're ready to stop giving up when life gets uncomfortable, if you're ready to tap into the deepest, rawest, most resilient part of who you are, then stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with practical tools and powerful mindset shifts that will help you dominate your goals, face your fears, and finally stop holding yourself back. You'll see exactly how David Goggins did it, step by painful step, and more importantly, how you can do it too. Let's begin. Section 2. The Accountability Mirror, where real change begins. Let's get brutally honest for a moment, because that's where all transformation begins, with the truth. Not the polished version you tell your friends, not the edited highlight reel you post online. I'm talking about the raw, unfiltered truth you see when nobody else is watching. That's what David Goggins calls the accountability mirror, and it's one of the most powerful tools in Can't Hurt Me. See, most people go through life lying to themselves. We hide behind excuses, distractions, and false confidence. We blame our past, our parents, the system, our circumstances. But deep down, we know there's more in us. We know when we're slacking. We know when we're not living up to our potential. The problem is, we don't want to admit it because the truth is uncomfortable. It hurts. But Goggins says that pain is necessary because you can't fix what you won't admit. The accountability mirror is simple, but it's not easy. It means standing in front of a mirror, literally, and confronting yourself with honesty so sharp it cuts. You look yourself in the eye and say, "This is who I really am right now, and this is what I need to change." David Goggins did this at one of the lowest points in his life. He was over 300 pounds, working the night shift as an exterminator, cleaning up after rats and roaches in greasy fast food joints. Every night, he'd come home, drenched in sweat and despair, eating junk food, watching TV, and feeling sorry for himself. He told himself he was just unlucky, that life had beaten him down. But one night, he saw a Navy SEAL documentary, and something inside him snapped. He realized that if those guys could push themselves that far, so could he. The problem wasn't the world, it was him. He walked into the bathroom, looked into the mirror, and for the first time, he stopped lying. He said, "You're fat. You're lazy. You're a coward. You're not living up to anything close to your potential." That kind of self-talk might sound harsh, but Goggins wasn't tearing himself down. He was waking himself up, because for the first time he was telling himself the truth. That mirror became his battleground, his war room, and his reset button. He started writing sticky notes and slapping them on the mirror. Goals, failures, weaknesses, everything he needed to work on. Every morning and night, he faced them. And instead of being crushed by that truth, he was fueled by it. He stopped pretending and started working. Every pound he lost, every mile he ran, every push-up he did, started with that mirror. That's the power of owning your reality. Now let me be clear. The accountability mirror isn't about hating yourself. It's about loving yourself enough to stop settling. It's about holding yourself to the standard you deserve. If you're broke, face it. If you're overweight, face it. If you're addicted to comfort, face it. If you've been playing small, face it. And then start doing something about it. Let's break down how you can apply this in your life starting today. First, grab a notebook or sticky notes. Go to your bathroom or bedroom mirror, stand there alone with no music, No distractions? Look at yourself, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Ask, who am I really? Where am I falling short? What excuses have I been making? Write it all down. Be raw. Be real. If you're lazy, write, I'm lazy. If you quit when things get hard, write, I give up too easy. If you're afraid of failings, write that down too. Don't try to protect your ego. Smash it. Then write your goals. Not the vague stuff like, I want to be successful. Get specific. I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to run 5 miles without stopping. I want to get out of debt. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Whatever it is, write it down and put it on the mirror. Every day, face that mirror. Look yourself in the eyes and say, this is what I'm working on, and I'm not backing down. This isn't about overnight change. It's about building a relationship with the truth. The more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get with being uncomfortable. You'll start noticing the lies you tell yourself before they become habits. You'll catch yourself before you spiral into excuses. And most importantly, you'll start to rebuild trust with yourself. That's where confidence is born. Let's look at a real-world example. Think about someone stuck in a job they hate. They tell themselves, I can't quit. The market's tough. I've got bills. I'm not qualified for anything else. But the truth might be, they've never even tried to look for better options. They haven't updated their resume in years. They haven't taken a single online course. They're afraid of rejection. That's the reality. And until they face it, they'll stay stuck. But once they look in the mirror and say, I'm scared to change and I've been using excuses to avoid it, they can start moving forward. That's how change happens. Here's your challenge. What's one truth you've been avoiding? One thing you know you need to fix, but you've been too afraid to admit? Write it down. Face it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, tape it to your mirror. Look at it every day and commit to doing something, anything about it. You don't need to leap. Just start walking in the right direction. Remember, the mirror doesn't lie, but most people never look long enough to see what's really there. Don't be one of them. Get uncomfortable. Get honest. Get free. Because the moment you stop lying to yourself, the moment you take full ownership of your life, that's the moment everything starts to change. Face that mirror. Say it out loud. I will no longer be a prisoner to my own lies. I will become the person I'm meant to be, no matter what it takes. That's the power of the accountability mirror. And that's your first real step to becoming unstoppable. Section 3. Callousing your mind, turning pain into power. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly challenged yourself? Not just got a little tired, not just had a busy day. I mean the kind of challenge that made you question whether you could keep going, the kind of discomfort that made you want to quit. If it's been a while, or if your answer is never, then let's talk about one of the most powerful principles in David Goggins' book, Callousing Your Mind. What does it mean to callous your mind? Think about your hands for a second. When you first start lifting weights or doing manual work, your palms might blister. They hurt. But if you keep showing up and doing the work, those hands start to build calluses, tough, hardened skin that protects you from pain. Goggins says your mind works the same way. Every time you face pain, discomfort, fear, and adversity, and push through it instead of running, you're building mental calluses. You're forging a mind that doesn't flinch, a mind that leans into hardship instead of backing down. This matters because life doesn't care about your comfort. Life will test you. It will break you if you're soft. If you haven't trained your mind to endure, to fight, to adapt, then when hardship hits, you'll fold. But if your mind is calloused, hardened by your own discipline and suffering, nothing can stop you. Goggins didn't start off tough. As he shares in Can't Hurt Me, he was weak, mentally and physically. He was abused as a kid, barely graduated high school, and weighed over 300 pounds. But when he decided to become a Navy SEAL, everything changed. The journey was brutal. He had to lose over 100 pounds in a few months. And once he got into SEAL training, he had to go through Hell Week not once, not twice, but 3 times because of injuries. Then there's the time he set out to break the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. He failed not once, not twice, but 3 times before he finally broke the record on his 4th try, completing 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours. That wasn't talent. That wasn't comfort. That was grit. That was mental callous. And don't forget his first 100-mile race. He signed up with 0 long-distance training on the day of the race by mile 70. His feet were shattered, his legs locked up, and he had urinated blood. Most people would have stopped. Most people should have stopped. But Goggins kept going. Not because his body could, but because his mind refused to quit. Pain to him wasn't something to avoid. It was his tool, his sharpening stone, the fire that forged his steel. So how do you build this kind of mind? You don't need to run 100 miles or do thousands of pull-ups. You just need to start doing something uncomfortable every single day. Start small, but be deliberate. Take a cold shower when your body screams for warmth. Wake up at 5 a.m. when your mind begs for more sleep. Push 1 more rep at the gym when your muscles burn. Say no to sugar. Say yes to a hard conversation. Walk instead of drive. Read a book instead of scrolling on your phone. These small moments of discomfort, stacked daily, are what callous your mind. Most people want change, but they avoid the process that causes it. They say things like, I want to get fit, but they never want to sweat. Or I want to be successful, but they avoid stress and struggle. Growth doesn't come from ease. Growth comes from friction. Think about high-performing athletes. Do you think Olympic runners enjoy every grueling mile they run in training? Do you think entrepreneurs love every 16-hour day, grinding to build something meaningful? Do you think straight A students never get tired of studying when others are partying? Number. They succeed because they've trained their minds to be stronger than their excuses. They've chosen discomfort, not because it feels good, but because it makes them good. Here's what's wild. The more you lean into discomfort, the more you realize it won't kill you. That voice in your head that says you can't do this starts to lose power. You start to recognize it as a liar. And as your pain tolerance increases, so does your resilience, your confidence, your hunger. Pain is the entry fee to your next level. Let's not sugarcoat it. This mindset isn't popular. The world wants quick fixes, comfort zones, and dopamine hits. But comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Goggins says, be uncommon amongst the uncommon. That means doing what others won't do, so you can become what others won't become. That starts with embracing pain. Ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today that scares you, that stretches you, that makes you sweat mentally, physically, emotionally? Do it. Then do it again tomorrow. Don't wait for motivation. It's soft. Show up with discipline. That's what builds calluses. Over time, you'll start to notice something strange happening. The things that used to feel hard will now feel normal. Your cold showers will become your wake-up call. Your early mornings will become sacred. Your sore muscles will feel like badges of honor. And that voice in your head that used to say, I can't, will be replaced with one that says, bring it on. You'll become the kind of person who doesn't just survive hardship. You hunt it down. You'll stop being afraid of pain because you'll know that every ounce of discomfort is building a stronger version of you. And when life inevitably throws something big your way, when the job is lost, when the relationship fails, when the setback hits, you'll stand taller because you've been here before. You've trained for this. You've calloused your mind. So I'll leave you with this question. When was the last time you truly challenged yourself on purpose? Not because you had to, but because you chose to. And if it's been too long, then maybe today's the day you stop running from the pain and start using it to grow. Remember, growth lives on the other side of struggle. Pain is your gym. Discomfort is your training partner. And the only way to become unstoppable is to be forged in the fire. Callous your mind every single day. Section 4. The 40% Rule. You've got so much more in you. Here's a hard truth. You're not even close to your full potential. Let that sink in. All those times you said, "I'm exhausted, I can't go on, I'm done," you weren't. You had gas left in the tank. You just didn't know it. Or rather, your mind didn't want you to find out. That's where David Goggins' legendary concept, the 40% rule, comes in. According to Goggins, when you think you're done, you're really only at 40% of your actual capacity. 40%. That means you've got another 60% in you, just waiting to be tapped into. But most people never see it. Why? Because their mind quits before their body ever does. Because they hit the first sign of resistance and back off. Because pain, fatigue, boredom, and fear convince them to slow down long before they've hit their true limit. But not Goggins. He discovered something the hard way, through blood, sweat, and suffering, that most people never realize. You are capable of far more than you've ever imagined. Let's rewind to one of the defining chapters of his life. Hell Week, Navy SEAL training's brutal gauntlet. It's 5.5 days of relentless physical punishment, with barely any sleep, endless runs, freezing cold water, and mental torment. It's designed to break you, and for most it does. Over 70% of recruits drop out. But Goggins? He didn't just go through Hell Week once. He went through it 3 times. Most would have quit before even signing up. Goggins pushed through multiple injuries, exhaustion, and every mental voice telling him to stop. He kept going because he realized the body is not the limitation. It's the mind that puts on the brakes. And here's the kicker. He wasn't special. Not in the beginning. He wasn't born a Navy SEAL or a superhuman athlete. He was just a man who learned how to silence the voice of comfort and listen to the voice of truth, the voice that said, "You've still got more to give." The 40% rule isn't just about SEAL training. It applies everywhere. Let's say you're a student preparing for exams. You've studied for 2 hours and your brain is tired. You want to take a break. But what if you're only at 40%? What if you could go 1 more hour and unlock deeper understanding? Or maybe you're at the gym. You've done 10 reps and your muscles are burning. That voice creeps in. Stop here. But what if 10 reps is just your mind's safe zone? What if your body could handle 15? Or imagine working on a business, project, or personal goal. You've been grinding for months and nothing's working. You want to quit. But quitting at 40% means you'll never find out what would have happened if you just kept pushing. Here's the scary thing. Most people live their whole lives at 40%. They never tap into their true potential because they surrender too soon. They confuse discomfort for incapability. But those who learn to push past that mental barrier, they enter rare air. They become uncommon. So how do you use the 40% rule in real life? It starts with awareness. The next time you feel like stopping, whether it's during a workout, a late-night study session, a tedious work task, or a tough emotional situation, pause. Take a deep breath and say to yourself, "I'm only at 40%. Say it out loud if you have to. It sounds simple, but it creates a moment of pause, a challenge to the voice in your head. And that moment is where growth begins. Then go further. Just a little. Do 5 more reps. Run 1 more mile. Read 1 more chapter. Make 1 more call. Push 20% beyond where you normally stop. Over time, your baseline will expand. You'll condition your brain to stop ringing the alarm so early. You'll teach yourself that what you once thought was the end was really just the edge of your comfort zone. Goggins says it best. Most of us give up way too early. We live a life dictated by fear, comfort, and false limits. But once you break through those limits, you realize they were never real in the first place. Let me give you a real-world example. There's a woman named Courtney Dauwalter, an ultramarathon runner who embodies the 40% rule in every sense. In one race, she ran 238 miles in under 59 hours without sleeping. At one point, her vision started to blur. She couldn't see clearly, her legs were in agony, and her body screamed for rest. But she didn't quit. She finished and won. Was her body superhuman? She just tapped into the 60% the rest of us leave untouched. Or think of people battling illness, poverty, trauma, or heartbreak. So many of them keep going. Not because it's easy, but because they refuse to let their minds break. They access that extra layer of strength that we all have but rarely explore. And you've got that same reservoir inside you. It's there when you're climbing a hill, when you're staring at a deadline, when life punches you in the face. The question is, will you dig deep enough to find it? Let's turn this into action. Here's your challenge. The next time you feel done, when you're ready to stop, give up, or slow down, don't. Instead, push 20% further, just a little bit. If you were going to stop after 20 minutes, do 24. If you were about to give up on a goal, work on it for one more day. One more effort, one more push. Then reflect on how it felt. Did you die? Did it hurt? Probably. But did it show you something powerful about yourself? Absolutely. Because every time you go past 40%, you're rewriting your self-image. You're proving to yourself that you're capable of more. And that belief is a game changer. Goggins didn't become elite because he was gifted. He became elite because he kept showing up. After the pain, after the doubt, after the voice said, "That's enough," he heard that voice and said back, "You don't control me. I've got more." So do you. And here's the truth most people never accept. The breakthrough you want in life will never come from staying in your comfort zone. It will only come when you punch past your perceived limits. Remember this, at 40%, your journey is just beginning. Don't settle. Don't stop. Don't listen to the voice that wants you to quit. Listen to the voice that says, "Keep going. I've got more. I'm not done yet," because you're not. Not even close. Section 5. Taking souls. Turn doubt into domination. There's a concept David Goggins calls taking souls. It sounds intense, and it is, but not in the way you might think. This isn't about vengeance, anger, or hate. It's about dominance, not of others, but of the narrative. It's about rising so far above what anyone thought you could do that you break the will of your doubters. You show them, through action, not words, that you're unstoppable. Taking souls means outperforming expectations so ruthlessly that you flip the power dynamic. It's psychological warfare of the highest order, not by tearing others down, but by elevating your performance to such a high level that your critics, competitors, and even your own inner demons fall silent. They have nothing left to say, because your actions have taken their soul. This philosophy was born in the brutal fire of Navy SEAL Hell Week. At one point during training, Goggins was on his third round of Hell Week, the only man in history to attempt and complete 3. His class was broken. The instructors were doing everything in their power to crush the trainees: freezing cold water, sleep deprivation, non-stop physical torment. Everyone was on the verge of quitting. But something clicked in Goggins' mind. He realized he couldn't control the pain. He couldn't control the conditions, but he could control how he responded. So, what did he do? He started smiling. He started doing more push-ups than he had to. When the instructors barked commands, he moved faster, louder, stronger. While the other recruits were barely surviving, Goggins was thriving. And the instructors, these elite warriors trained to break men, began to respect him, fear him even, because he wouldn't break. He flipped the script. That's what taking souls looks like. It's not about showing off. It's not about being arrogant. It's about using your pain, your past, and your doubters as fuel. It's about turning every sneer, every backhanded compliment, every low expectation into rocket fuel. When someone says, "You're not good enough," you don't argue. You don't complain. You outwork, outlast, and outshine. You go so hard that they don't just lose confidence in you, they lose confidence in themselves. Here's the beauty of it. You don't need to be in Navy SEAL training to take souls. You can apply this mindset in any area of your life: your job, your sport, your classroom, your relationships, or even your battle with yourself. Let's say you work in an office. Your boss thinks you're average. Your coworkers doubt you. You could get bitter. You could slack off. Or you could take souls. Show up early. Deliver flawless work. Crush deadlines. Take on more. Push yourself in front of them so powerfully and so consistently that they have no choice but to see your excellence. That's how you take their soul. Not to hurt them, but to prove to yourself who you really are. Or maybe you're on a team. You're not the strongest or the fastest. You've been counted out. Then you grind. You do extra sprints. You study the playbook more than anyone else. You train alone when no one's watching. And on game day, you explode. You out-hustle everyone. Your coach's jaw drops. Your teammates start looking at you differently. You've taken souls. This isn't about ego. It's about owning your story. It's about deciding that no one defines your worth but you. Not your past, not your pain, not your critics, not even your circumstances. Goggins knew what it felt like to be underestimated. He was the fat kid, the one cleaning cockroach-infested restaurants, the one everyone laughed at. But instead of staying down, he used it. Every insult, every low expectation, every ounce of doubt, he turned it into fire. And then he used that fire to become the storm. He didn't chase revenge. He chased victory. And when you operate with that level of internal fire, you start to take control, even in the most uncontrollable environments. Here's how you apply it. First, identify the area where people are underestimating you. Where are you being overlooked, mocked, dismissed, or doubted? Second, don't argue, don't post about it, don't explain yourself, just work. Work harder than anyone expects. Work in silence if you have to. But when the moment comes to show up so fully, so flawlessly, so fiercely, that they have to recalibrate everything they thought about you. That's the ultimate revenge. Not hurting others, but proving them wrong by being so damn good that they can't ignore you. Goggins didn't take souls by shouting louder. He took souls by doing more pull-ups, more miles, more effort, more grit. And through that, he earned something even more powerful than victory: respect. And let's be real. Some of us aren't trying to take anyone else's soul. We're just trying to take our own back. We've let life beat us down. We've believed lies about ourselves. We've bought into limits placed on us by others or even ourselves. But now's the time to fight back, to reclaim the pieces of your soul you've given away, to prove to yourself what you're made of. Ask yourself, who do I need to take souls from? Is it that teacher who said you'd never make it? That boss who passed you over? That friend who laughed at your dream? Or is it the old version of you, the one who quit too early, settled too soon, stayed too small? Whoever it is, it's time, not to get even, but to rise above, to turn their doubt into discipline, their judgment into fuel, their limits into launch pads. The next time someone underestimates you, smile. Thank them silently. Then go take their soul, not with hate, but with excellence. Let your efforts speak so loud that it silences everything else. Because in this life, you have a choice. Get broken by their doubts, or break their doubts with your greatness. Be the storm, take souls, and never look back. Section 6. The governor in your mind. Break the mental speed limit. What if I told you that the limits you believe about yourself the things you think you can't do, aren't even real. That there's a built-in mechanism in your brain designed not to tell you the truth, but to protect you from discomfort at the cost of your greatness. David Goggins calls this mechanism the governor, and it's not there to help you thrive. It's there to keep you safe. But safe doesn't lead to transformation. Safe doesn't push boundaries. Safe doesn't let you become who you're meant to be. In the automotive world, a governor is a mechanical device installed in cars to cap how fast the engine can go. It prevents the car from reaching its full speed, not because the car can't handle it, but because it's programmed not to try. The mind works the same way. We've all got this built-in mental governor that starts screaming the moment things get hard. Slow down. Stop. You can't go further. This is your limit. But here's the truth Goggins discovered. That governor is lying. Your real limits are far beyond what your mind tells you. The problem is, you never get to find them because you stop too early. The discomfort kicks in, the doubt grows louder, and the governor pulls you back. It tells you you're too tired, too unqualified, too slow, too weak. But these aren't facts. They're fears. They're not truths. They're comfort zones in disguise. Goggins ran into his governor countless times, sometimes literally. During 100-mile races, pull-up world record attempts, and SEAL training, he'd hit the wall where everything inside him said, "That's it. You're done." His body screamed, his mind begged for mercy. But instead of stopping, he pushed. He questioned the governor, and what he discovered was profound. Every time he went beyond what he thought was his limit, there was more. More endurance, more strength, more mental clarity, more resilience. The governor, he realized, was just a suggestion, not a law. Let's take a moment to bring this home to you. Think about something in your life where you feel stuck. It could be fitness. You believe you can't do more than 5 push-ups, run more than a mile, or lose a certain amount of weight. Or maybe it's learning. You've told yourself you're just not good at math, or too old to start coding, or bad at public speaking. Or maybe it's business. I don't have what it takes to be an entrepreneur, or I could never sell anything, or I'm just not confident enough to lead. But let me ask you this, where did those beliefs come from? Did they come from failure or fear? Did you test them? Or did your governor install them automatically to keep you in your zone of comfort? Most of us never challenge the governor. We mistake its voice for wisdom. We say, "That's just how I am." But that's not how you are. That's how your governor wants you to be. Predictable, safe, controlled. But deep down, you know there's more. You felt glimpses of it. That fire, that rage, that hunger, that moment when you pushed past the fear and surprised yourself. That's the real you. Goggins calls out this mental governor every time he faces adversity. He says the moment you feel like quitting, when your body aches, your willpower fades, and your excuses start stacking up, that's not your actual limit. That's just the start of your growth. That's when your training begins. That's when you find out what you're really made of. And this doesn't only apply to elite athletes or military operators. Think of a college student struggling to pass tough exams. The governor tells them, "You've studied enough. You're not smart enough for this." But what if they study just 1 more hour? What if they reach out for help, join a study group, or try a new strategy? The governor isn't truth. It's a ceiling you can break. Or think of someone terrified of public speaking. The governor says, "Don't try. You'll embarrass yourself." But if they stand up anyway, sweating, voice trembling, heart pounding, and deliver a few words, they've already won. They've bypassed the governor, and the more they do it, the quieter that governor becomes. Goggins believes we're all operating at only a fraction of our potential, maybe 40%, maybe even less, because we let the governor call the shots. But here's the good news. You can override it. You can rewire your mind to stop listening to fake limits and start discovering real possibilities. Here's how. First, Become aware of your governor. Start noticing when that voice shows up. It often sounds like, "I've done enough for today. This is too hard. I'll never be able to do that. What's the point in trying?" Second, question it. Literally pause and ask, "Is this my limit or just my governor talking? What would happen if I pushed for 5 more minutes? 1 more rep? 1 more application sent? 1 more conversation?" Third, push anyway. Not recklessly, but intentionally. Add pressure, increase discomfort, and stay in it longer than your mind says is reasonable. That's where the magic is. That's where growth lives. And finally, reflect. After you push through, take a moment to acknowledge the truth. You went beyond what you thought you could do. That's evidence that your governor isn't in control. You are. So now, here's your challenge. Pick one area where you've set a false limit and break it this week. Maybe it's waking up earlier, running farther, speaking up in a meeting, or finally launching that idea you've been sitting on. Whatever it is, name it. Face it and push. Because here's the reality. Your mental governor wants to keep you small, safe, average. But greatness doesn't live in safety. It lives in the unknown, in the places your governor tells you to avoid, in the challenges that feel just a little too big. So, break the mental speed limit, rip the governor out of your brain, and go find out what you're really capable of. You might just discover that your best life, the one filled with purpose, power, and potential, was never out of reach. It was just past the governor all along. Section 7. The cookie jar. Drawing strength from your past victories. When life gets brutal, when you're exhausted, out of motivation, and on the verge of quitting, you need something deeper than willpower to keep going. David Goggins calls this inner fuel source the cookie jar. But don't let the name fool you. This isn't about sweet treats or comfort food. This cookie jar is a mental vault, a collection of every hard-earned win, every battle you fought, every moment where you did what felt impossible. And when life backs you into a corner, you reach into that jar, pull out one of those memories, and remind yourself, "I've been through worse. I've conquered before. I will conquer again." The cookie jar is built from your past. Every time you survive a tough season, achieve something meaningful, or push through pain, that moment becomes a cookie you store for later. It becomes proof. And that proof matters, especially when your current struggle tries to convince you you're not strong enough, not capable, not good enough. Because doubt will creep in. Pain will make you forget who you are. But the cookie jar brings it all back. It silences fear with facts. You've already done hard things. Here's the evidence. Goggins built his cookie jar from a life of trauma and triumph. He didn't come from a background of comfort or privilege. He grew up abused, neglected, and afraid. He failed over and over, at school, at jobs, at basic life stability. But eventually, he started winning. He lost over 100 pounds in a few months. He passed Navy SEAL training 3 times. He ran ultramarathons with broken bones, shattered feet, and a body that should have quit. In his darkest moments, when his body screamed to stop and his mind told him he couldn't continue, he reached into his cookie jar. He'd recall the moment he graduated BUDS, the moment he broke through Beturns pain barriers, the moment he walked away from a life of excuses and built something solid. Each memory became a cookie, something he could pull out and chew on when the pain returned, something to remind him, you've survived worse, you've thrived before, you're stronger than you think. But the cookie jar isn't just for Navy SEALs or elite athletes. It's for all of us. Think about this. You've already won battles in your life. Maybe you don't give yourself credit for them because they don't seem big enough. But let me ask you, have you ever come back after a heartbreak? Ever passed an exam you thought you'd fail? Ever finished a project after weeks of stress and doubt? Ever picked yourself up after falling apart? Those are victories, and they belong in your jar. Life moves fast, and most of us forget our wins the moment we move past them. We move from goal to goal, always focused on the next mountain, never stopping to recognize that we already climbed dozens behind us. But that's a mistake. Because when the storm hits again, and it will, you'll need those wins. You'll need to look yourself in the mirror and say, I've been through this. I've beat worse. I can do it again. That's the power of the cookie jar. Here's how you build your own. Start with a list. Write down every struggle you've overcome. Think back to the hardest seasons of your life. Times when you thought you couldn't make it, but somehow you did. Write down your victories, big and small. Maybe you graduated. Maybe you forgave someone. Maybe you started therapy, lost weight, left a toxic relationship, or simply kept showing up when everything in you wanted to quit. Write it all down. These are your cookies. Keep that list somewhere accessible. Your phone, journal, a sticky note wall. Whatever works, and make it a habit. Every time you overcome something new, add it to the jar. Eventually, you'll have a stockpile of proof that you're a fighter, and when life gets messy, that's what you reach for. Imagine a student facing final exams, stressed beyond belief, convinced they'll fail. If that student has a cookie jar, memories of passing tough tests in the past, staying up all night and succeeding, overcoming academic setbacks, they'll tap into that and find the strength to push. Or imagine a young entrepreneur on the brink of shutting down their business after a series of failures. If they look back and remember all the problems they've already solved, all the nights they worked through, all the wins they've already achieved, they'll realize, I've come too far to stop now. This isn't about living in the past. It's about drawing power from it. The cookie jar reminds you of your potential when the present tries to make you forget. It's your comeback fuel. Goggins didn't just talk about this, he lived it. During one 100-mile race, with his feet broken and body nearly shutting down, he wanted to quit more than anything. He was in agony. But he reached into his cookie jar and remembered every brutal challenge he'd faced before. Every time he pushed through, every time he came out stronger, that mental strength got him across the finish line. Not talent, not perfect preparation, just pure mental recall, proof that he could. Your life has already given you the tools to win. You just need to remember them. Here's a reflective challenge. What's in your cookie jar? What battles have you already won? What pain have you already endured and walked through? Take 5 minutes today. Write at least 5 moments down. Start the list. Don't wait until life hits to look for motivation. Build your cookie jar now, because the next time you want to quit, the next time doubt creeps in, the next time everything feels stacked against you, you'll need to reach in, grab a cookie, and remind yourself, I've done it before. I'll do it again. Section 8. Embrace the suck, where discomfort becomes your daily training ground. If there's one truth that separates high performers from the rest of the world, it's this. They embrace the suck. That phrase may sound crude, but its meaning is brutally clear. The suck refers to the grind, the pain, the boring repetition, the discomfort, the early mornings, the cold nights, the rejection, the loneliness, the fatigue, the failure. It's the part of life most people avoid, and exactly the place where greatness is forged. David Goggins doesn't just acknowledge the suck, he welcomes it. He builds his life around it, because he knows the truth. Comfort never made anyone stronger. Let's not sugarcoat it. Life can get hard, but what separates those who grow from those who quit is not talent, background, or even opportunity. It's this one thing: your willingness to stay in the fire when it starts to burn. Most people jump out. They retreat to safety. They complain. They blame. They wait for the pain to pass. But the rare few, they lean in. They push deeper. They smile in the storm. They embrace the suck. Goggins learned this early on, not because he wanted to, but because he had no choice. Growing up in a violent home, Facing racism, abuse, poverty, and learning difficulties, he was thrust into a life of struggle before he even had the language to describe it. For years, he ran from the pain. But one day, something clicked. He realized that avoiding pain wasn't helping him escape. It was making him weaker. So he made a decision that most never dare to. He turned around and ran straight into the storm. He started taking on jobs he hated just to prove he could endure them. He ran with broken legs during SEAL training, taping his feet and grinding through the miles. Not because it was healthy, but because it was necessary for his evolution. He trained in freezing weather, endured brutal physical torture, and kept showing up when every fiber of his being told him to quit. Why? Because Goggins knew something the average person doesn't. Every second you spend in discomfort is a second you're getting stronger. Think about it this way. Your comfort zone is a trap. It lies to you. It tells you you're safe when in fact, you're stagnant. It whispers that you've done enough when in reality, you've barely scratched your potential. The only way to break free from it is to train your body and mind to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Every time you do something hard, something that makes you sweat, ache, stress, or even fail, you grow, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The suck is where your real self is revealed. When everything is easy, everyone looks strong. But when life gets hard, really hard, that's when the pretenders quit and the warriors emerge. Embracing the suck is about choosing the harder path on purpose. It's about saying, I know this will hurt. I know this will be uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyway. You don't need to be a Navy SEAL to live this principle. Look around you. Every person who rises above mediocrity has learned how to sit in discomfort without giving up. Soldiers march into war zones not because it's fun, but because their mission matters more than their comfort. Medical students study for 18-hour days because they want to heal others. Artists paint through rejection and doubt because creating is in their bones. Athletes train through fatigue and pain because their goals are bigger than their excuses. You're not so different from them. You have goals, you have dreams, you have battles to fight, and the only question is, are you willing to embrace the suck to get there? Here's how to start. Do something hard every day. That's it. Make it a rule. Wake up an hour earlier than you want to. Take a freezing cold shower. Choose the stairs instead of the elevator. Go to the gym even when your body says no. Start the business even when you're afraid. Face the hard conversation you've been avoiding. Write the first page of that book, even when you feel uninspired. Every single act of choosing resistance over ease conditions your mind for strength. Start small if you must, but start. You're training yourself to endure. You're rewiring your brain to lean in when everyone else checks out. The magic of embracing the suck is this. Eventually, what once broke you becomes your baseline. That run you could barely finish becomes your warm-up. That task that used to terrify you becomes routine. You don't just get through the suck, you become someone else because of it. Someone stronger, someone sharper, someone unstoppable. Goggins isn't some freak of nature. He's just a man who chose discomfort over excuses day after day, year after year, and the same path is open to you. Here's your challenge. What suck are you avoiding today? What hard thing have you been putting off? What task, truth, or test are you running from? Identify it. Then do it. Don't wait until you're motivated. Don't wait until it's convenient. Do it now. Because the more you embrace the suck, the more power you gain. Every time you lean into discomfort, you build muscle. Mental muscle, emotional muscle, spiritual muscle. And the best part? No one can take that from you. The world can strip away your money, your comfort, your plans, but not your strength, not your grit. That's yours forever. But you only get it if you earn it, and you only earn it in the suck. In a world obsessed with ease, be the one who seeks hard things. In a society that promotes shortcuts, be the one who takes the long road. Because while others are busy avoiding pain, you'll be forging strength. While they retreat, you'll rise. While they watch from the sidelines, you'll be in the arena, battered, bloodied, but unbreakable. And when the real tests of life come, and they always do, you won't need motivation. You won't need hype. You won't even need perfect conditions. You'll just need to remember what you've trained for. You'll smile, nod, and say, "Let's go. I'm built for this," because you chose it. You embraced the suck. Section 9. The empowerment of accountability. Own everything. Excuses are lies. There comes a time in every person's life when they must face the hardest, most uncomfortable truth. You are where you are because of you. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your friends, your boss, your ex, or society. You. Until you accept that, you will never change your life. That's the harsh but liberating reality that David Goggins teaches in this powerful principle. Accountability is everything. Excuses may feel good in the short term, but they are poison. They strip away your power, your confidence, and your ability to grow. Accountability, on the other hand, hands you the keys to freedom. When Goggins talks about accountability, he's not throwing around buzzwords. He's lived it. As a kid, he had every reason to blame the world for his situation: an abusive father, crushing poverty, racism, learning disabilities, obesity, a broken education system. He had enough stacked against him to justify a lifetime of victimhood, and for a while, he played that role. He felt sorry for himself. He let pain define him. But then, something clicked. He realized that blaming the world wasn't changing his life. It wasn't getting him out of the hole. It wasn't turning him into the man he wanted to be. So, he made a choice that changed everything. He stopped blaming others. He started owning everything. The good, the bad, the painful, the ugly. All of it. If he didn't like his life, he decided, it was up to him to change it. Not because he caused all the problems, but because he was the only one who could fix them. That's the raw power of accountability. It doesn't mean you're at fault for everything that happens to you. It means you take full responsibility for how you respond, for how you grow, for what you do next. It's about shifting your mindset from victim to warrior, from powerless to powerful. When you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, your life begins to change. Excuses are comforting lies we tell ourselves to avoid doing the hard work. I don't have time. I wasn't born into wealth. My parents didn't support me. I've tried before and failed. It's just who I am. These phrases may protect your ego, but they sabotage your growth. The truth is, someone with fewer resources, more trauma, and less talent than you has already done what you're trying to do. The only difference? They stopped making excuses and started moving. Let's take entrepreneurship as an example. Some of the most successful business leaders in the world came from nothing. They didn't have mentors. They didn't have capital. They didn't have support. What they did have was grit and accountability. They failed, learned, adjusted, and kept going. They didn't blame the market, the competition, or their upbringing. They owned every decision, every mistake, every outcome. And because of that, they rose. You don't need to become a Navy SEAL or a millionaire to practice this principle. It starts in the small things. You're late to a meeting? Don't blame traffic. Leave earlier. You didn't get the grade you wanted? Don't blame the teacher. Study harder. You're out of shape? Don't blame your metabolism. Fix your habits. It sounds simple, but it's life-changing. Accountability isn't about guilt. It's about growth. When Goggins began holding himself accountable, he started writing what he calls his accountability mirror notes. Every night, he'd look in the mirror and tell himself the truth. No sugarcoating, no softening, just raw honesty. You're fat. You're lazy. You're not putting in the work. Brutal? Yes, but also transformative. He wasn't beating himself up. He was waking himself up. And from that truth, he built a new identity. You can do the same. Start by identifying the excuses that keep showing up in your life. What are the lies you keep telling yourself to stay small? Maybe it's, I can't change, or I'm too old, or it's not the right time. Write them down. Then ask yourself, what's the truth that will set me free? Maybe the truth is that you've been scared to try. Maybe it's that you're capable of more, but you're not pushing. Maybe it's that you've been blaming others to avoid facing yourself. Whatever it is, own it. That's where real power lives. Now, write down the areas of your life you control: your schedule, your habits, your thoughts, your environment, your attitude, your work ethic, your circle of influence. These are the levers you can pull to change your life. Focus on those. Every time you're tempted to point a finger, turn it around. Ask, what part of this is mine to own? Then act. Small shifts. Daily progress. Relentless ownership. One of the beautiful ironies of accountability is that the more responsibility you take, the freer you become. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop hoping the world changes. You realize you are the solution you've been looking for. And that realization, it's pure liberation. Let's be honest, this isn't easy. Holding yourself accountable takes courage. It means facing parts of yourself that are weak, undisciplined, or dishonest. It means confronting your bad habits, your procrastination, your laziness, your fear. But what's the alternative? Keep living a life that doesn't fulfill you? Keep blaming the world for things you could change? Keep shrinking to fit your excuses? You're better than that. Here's your reflective challenge. What excuse is keeping you small? What truth will set you free? Maybe you've been telling yourself you can't change careers because of age or money. Maybe you've avoided getting fit because it's just not your body type. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to believe in you before you start. Whatever the excuse, rip it apart. Replace it with a truth that empowers you. Then move. Take the first step. Own it all. You want freedom? You want strength? You want transformation? Start with accountability, because once you stop blaming the world, you become unstoppable in it. Section 10. Creating an unbreakable mindset. Discipline plus suffering. Self-mastery. Freedom. Building an unbreakable mindset is the cornerstone of lasting success and personal transformation. David Goggins, one of the most inspiring examples of mental toughness, distills this truth into a simple yet profound formula. Discipline plus suffering plus self-mastery equals freedom. It's a powerful equation, but to truly understand it, we must unpack each part and see how they come together to create an unstoppable mind. First, discipline. Discipline is the foundation of all growth. It means choosing the path of progress over comfort day after day, even when it hurts or feels inconvenient. Discipline is the quiet, consistent force that pushes you to get out of bed when your body begs for more sleep. It's the voice in your head that tells you to keep studying, training, or working when your friends are out having fun. Discipline is not about punishment or deprivation. It's about intentional choice. It's deciding that growth matters more than temporary ease. Without discipline, talent, intelligence, or luck will never reach their potential because you won't put in the work to cultivate them. David Goggins embodies this principle in his daily life. His routine is grueling. He wakes up at 4 a.m. to run, regardless of pain, weather, or fatigue. This is not self-punishment. It's a deliberate act of self-mastery, designed to train his mind and body to thrive under pressure. His discipline is his liberation. Through consistent, intentional suffering, he builds resilience that allows him to push past limits that break others. This mindset gives him freedom. The freedom to excel when others quit, to rise above circumstance, and to dictate his own destiny. Suffering is often seen as something to avoid. Pain and discomfort are uncomfortable, and most people naturally shy away from them. But suffering, when embraced correctly, is the forge in which character and mental toughness are made. Goggins teaches that suffering is a daily requirement for growth. It is the challenge that stretches you beyond your comfort zone and forces your mind to adapt and get stronger. Each time you willingly face suffering, whether physical, mental, or emotional, you build an inner fortress that prepares you for life's inevitable hardships. The relationship between discipline and suffering is symbiotic. Discipline gets you to show up, and suffering makes you stronger. Together, they transform your mindset from fragile to unbreakable. This transformation is what Goggins calls self-mastery, the ability to control your impulses, overcome limiting beliefs, and direct your actions toward your highest goals regardless of external circumstances. Why does this matter? Because mental strength is the ultimate competitive advantage. In any field, whether sports, business, education, or personal development, natural ability can only take you so far. Without discipline and the willingness to endure suffering, talent is wasted and luck is fleeting. Those who consistently outwork, outthink, and outlast everyone else win because they've mastered their minds. The stories of people who have succeeded by cultivating an unbreakable mindset are everywhere. Take elite athletes who train through injury and exhaustion, entrepreneurs who persist through repeated failures, or students who sacrifice social time to master their craft. What sets them apart isn't just skill, it's their relentless discipline and their refusal to back down from challenges. These individuals build habits that reinforce their commitment and create momentum that propels them forward. Their mindset becomes a shield against doubt, distraction, and despair. If you want to create an unbreakable mindset, it starts with small, consistent actions. Identify one discipline you can commit to today. It could be waking up 30 minutes earlier, committing to a daily workout, journaling your goals every night, or setting a strict work schedule. The key is to stick with it, not just for a day or a week, but for 30 days straight. This time frame is long enough to start rewiring your brain, developing new habits, and seeing tangible results. During these 30 days, you will face resistance. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or tempted to quit. That's where your mindset is tested. Choose to lean into the discomfort instead of running from it. Each time you push through, you strengthen your mental muscle. You prove to yourself that you are bigger than your excuses and that your willpower is more powerful than your doubts. As you progress, you'll notice a shift. Discipline becomes less about struggle and more about identity. You start to see yourself as someone who follows through, who doesn't give up, who owns their growth. This shift is the essence of self-mastery. The moment when your habits no longer require motivation because they have become part of who you are. In practical terms, creating an unbreakable mindset means setting boundaries around your time and energy, prioritizing what matters, and eliminating distractions. It means planning your days with intention and following through with consistency. It also means being honest with yourself about where you fall short and taking immediate action to course correct. Accountability plays a huge role here. Holding yourself responsible for your commitments fuels your progress. Goggins' lifestyle exemplifies this approach. His 4 a.m. runs, his grueling workouts, and his mental toughness are not just about physical fitness. They are daily rituals that build his psychological resilience. He doesn't seek comfort or shortcuts. He embraces the grind because he knows that freedom, the freedom to push limits and achieve extraordinary results, comes from self-discipline and enduring hardship. You don't need to become a Navy SEAL or ultra-endurance athlete to benefit from this mindset. Anyone can apply these principles by committing to their own version of discipline and suffering. Whether you're a student aiming for top grades, a professional trying to build a business, or someone looking to improve your health, the formula is the same. Choose growth over comfort. Show up consistently. push through the hard days. Master yourself. Here's your challenge. Start with one discipline today. Commit to it for 30 days. Track your progress. Reflect on how it changes your mindset and your life. Notice how your mental strength grows and how challenges that once seemed insurmountable become manageable. Watch what happens when you refuse to back down, when you say yes to discomfort, and when you own your path without excuses. In the end, creating an unbreakable mindset isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance. It's about waking up every day with commitment to be better than you were yesterday. It's about transforming suffering into fuel and discipline into freedom. This is the mindset that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. So, ask yourself, what one discipline will you start today? How will you embrace the suffering that comes with growth? How will you master yourself to unlock your true freedom? The answers lie within you, waiting for the choice to be made. Make that choice now and begin the journey to an unbreakable mind. You are capable of becoming someone completely unrecognizable from who you are today. This transformation isn't about changing your face or your circumstances overnight. It's about reshaping your mindset, rewiring your habits, and embracing the challenges that life throws at you with courage and discipline. Over the course of this journey through David Goggins' principles, we've uncovered powerful truths about mental toughness. How pain becomes your tool, how your limits are often self-imposed myths, and how accountability and discipline are the cornerstones of freedom. Goggins' story is a testament to the extraordinary power we all hold inside. From a childhood marked by trauma and struggle, from a body once out of shape and weak, to becoming a Navy SEAL, an ultra-endurance athlete, and a symbol of relentless willpower, he shows us that, no matter where you start, your mind is the battlefield where your fate is decided. His transformation wasn't granted by luck or talent alone. It was forged in the fires of relentless suffering, brutal honesty, and unyielding discipline. He didn't wait for permission to become great. He gave himself permission through daily consistent action. This is the key takeaway for you. You don't need anyone's approval to change your life. You don't need permission from friends, family, or society. The only approval you need is your own. Discipline is the gateway to that freedom. When you choose discipline over comfort, when you decide to push past the pain and the doubt, you reclaim control over your destiny. You become the master of your mind. And with that comes unstoppable power. Right now, I challenge you to take one idea from what you've just learned and act on it today. Maybe it's waking up a little earlier, pushing through one more rep, or holding yourself accountable for something you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, do it deliberately and with full commitment. This small step is where transformation begins. Remember, greatness isn't a one-time act. It's the result of daily choices, repeated without fail. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to like the video as a way to affirm your commitment to growth. Drop a comment below sharing which lesson impacted you the most. Your insight might inspire someone else in this community. And don't keep this power to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Lastly, subscribe for more powerful book summaries that deliver actionable wisdom straight to you.